Hello friends, today I will be sharing the project details which I did with the Skyfi Labs. My name is Siddesh, and so far in this course I have learned about the what is machine learning, linear regression, data splitting, mean square error, data visualization, and based on that we have performed a project, that is price predicting model for the Boston housing. And for this purpose we need to import some of the libraries, that is import NumPy, pandas, matplotlib is basically for the plotting the graphs. We have loaded the data from the scalar dataset, that is scalar function is used that contains the min max functions as well as the mean square error functions. And ipython.display import html is used for the animation purpose, for the training of the model, uh, training of the data of the model. And now we'll start with the first step, that is the data processing. And in this we will just load the Boston data, which is present in the scalar dataset. And the DESCR is used to give the number of columns and rows that are present, that is the attributes as well as the features. So now here we can see there are 506 number of rows and 13 features that are present in the Boston dataset. And the name of the features are this: CRIM, ZN, Indus, CAS, Knox, RM, AgeDis, RAD, Tax, Pratoy, B, LStat, MEDV. And based on this we can just use the features name and just print each of the individual features. uh, Now we will use the data frame object for the target and just get the target value printed. We can just find the min max function using the min max function, the maximum and the minimum function for each an attribute. Now we will concat the target value to the our data set, that is the features with the features. And after concatenating, the output will be seen. We can see that these are the features and this last value is the target value. So it will have 506 rows, and now it will be 14 columns and 506 rows. Now we will describe to generate a summary of the data set, and therefore we need to describe the count, mean, standard deviation, min max function, percentile, and this could be achieved using the describe function. We will round off to 2 decimals each of the functions, that is count, mean, standard deviation, minimum, max. The third step is to visualize the correlation attribute for each attribute. For this, correlation is basically the relation between the target as well as the attribute, and for this we have used the Pearson model. Now we have used the absolute values, which will now we'll zip it, sort it, and then using the plotlib function we will just plot the graph. After plotting the graph we will have an idea that which attributes will have a positive impact and which will have a negative impact. Here in this case, if we just use without using absolute value, we will get the both sided graph, that is the positive half as well as the negative half. But in this case just we will just consider the positive values. So now we will have the positive values. Now we need to normalize the data. We will select the LStat feature, as the LStat feature is have the most impact on the target value, and therefore on the data set, and therefore we will normalize it using the min max scalar. Fit transform is used for the same. After normalization, the first 5 values we will get is as is printed, that is 0.42, 0.36, 0.66, 0.6311, 0.6933. Now we need to split the data into the training model as well as the testing model, and now we will split it. So 80% of the data will be used for training and 20% will be used for the testing purpose. After that we need to define we need to find the mean square error. For that purpose we need to define three functions, that is error function, update function, as well as the gradient descent function. Error function is used for the mean square error. Update function is used to update the slope of the MNC slope of the linear regression, and gradient descent function is used to define the number of iterations, so how many times the loop will run, and in each loop it will check whether it is less than the threshold error, and if thus it's so, then it goes out of the loop and update the and then goes to the update function. Here we have defined the slope, learning rate, iterations, threshold, and then we have called the gradient descent function and find out the mean square error. So now we can plot it, and we can see that the graph is negative. Slope of the curve is negative because the LSTAT feature we use for training has a negative impact on the target value. We have plotted a graph of error versus iterations also, and we can see this, that is error as well as the iterations, and error has gradually decreased over iterations, we can say that. We can also visualize the training phase of the model using the HTML functions, that is using the func animation. Here I'm getting an error because of the FFmpeg is not available in my system, so please you can try it out. Now we can predict for the testing phase, and the predicted one is the mx y is equal to mx plus c. So the mean square error for this will be 0.0249. so now we will get the targeted as well as the predicted value. Now we need to plot the value for the target values, and now we need to revert it back. We have done the normalization, but it is normalization is for our convenience, and now we need to revert it back, and so for that purpose we will use the inverse transform to scale value back to the original representations. For this we will use inverse transform, and based on that we will get the targeted and the predicted values. These are the targeted and predicted values after normalization, and these are the values reverting back into normal original representation. So the target value is 24.4 and 28.77, so which is much closer. We can change the features, as we have seen. We have defined this for the LSTAT. Now we will go for the RM values, which affects positively. And now we will see that the graph is, the slope of the curve is positive, as a RM value has a positive impact on the dataset. Thank you.